Hello to all the awesome students at Liberty Drive. I'm Mrs. Elam. We at Liberty Drive miss you and hope that you and your families are staying safe. Today's lesson is going to be on point of view. So let's read the I can statement together. I can identify a narrator or a speaker's point of view. Important word and phrase that you are going to need to know for this lesson are: first is point of view. Point of view is the perspective or view from which the narrator tells the story. This just means figuring out who is telling the story. Next is the word narrator. A narrator is the person or character who is telling the story. I've also included the word pronoun. You'll see a lot of these in the text. A pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. I have several examples listed: I, me, he, she, and then there are others. An example when a pronoun is used in a sentence is: Serenity went to the store. She bought lots of candy. In the second sentence, I used the pronoun she instead of using Serenity's name. Now, let's watch a vocabulary video on point of view.
Every story has a narrator, and every narrator has a different point of view. Which point of view is yours? Let's go! Everybody wants to know my point of view. First person is me, second person is you. Third person is he, third person is she. Everybody wants to know my POV. Everybody wants to know my point of view. First person is me, second person is you. Third person is he, third person is she. Everybody wants to know my POV.
Hey yo, knock knock, who's there? Narrator, narrator, who? Narrator, who gonna tell the story from a point of view? Every story's written in a certain voice. When you're writing, you need to make a choice. First, second, or third person, POV. The first person is all about me, or we, like we climbed the tree. I closed my eyes and I felt the breeze. I might be unreliable if I don't tell the truth. Now let's switch the point of view to you. In the second person, you're in a taxi. You're wondering how you got there exactly. The third person is he or she. He walked down the street and he saw the queen. She was dressed hip like it wasn't a thing. That's the third person, take it from him. Third person narration could be objective, omniscient, or from a limited perspective. Can the narrator see in everyone's thoughts? Narrating omnisciently like a boss.
Everybody wants to know my point of view. First person is me, second person is you. Third person is he, third person is she. Everybody wants to know my POV. Everybody wants to know my point of view. First person is me, second person is you. Third person is he, third person is she. Everybody wants to know my POV. All right now, check your notes. Tell me which POV is in each quote. I was born with water on the brain. That's
first person.
He looked up into Father Wolf's face and laughed. That's
third person.
We didn't always live on Mango Street. That's
first person.
Sophie closed her eyes and lay quite still. That's
third person.
Your feet are now stuck in green slime. That's
second person.
In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. That's
third person.
It made me so sick I almost fell out of the tree. That's
first person.
You're thinking this wasn't the way it was supposed to go. That's
second person.
My name is Katniss Everdeen. I'm 17 years old. That's
first person.
Everybody wants to know my point of view. First person is me, second person is you. Third person is he, third person is she. Everybody wants to know my POV. Everybody wants to know my point of view. First person is me, second person is you. Third person is he, third person is she. Everybody wants to know my POV.
Okay guys, the video provided you with examples of all three types of point of view. Now let's take a closer look at each of them individually. Okay, the first point of view that I'm going to be talking about is first person point of view. Okay, so a good definition for it would be a character in the story that is telling the story from his or her point of view. That means somebody in the story is actually telling you the story. There are a few clues that you can look for in order to make sure that it's in first person point of view. Okay, some of the words that you can look for are I, me, we, and us. Okay, now look at the example at the top. I went to the mall yesterday. I saw my friends there. We had lunch. The clue words to help me just realize that this is being written in the first person's point of view is I, my, and we. Now, look at the practice. I'm going to read it for you. Today is my first day in 5th grade. I have butterflies in my stomach. I hope my new classmates like me. I want you to take a few minutes to see if you can identify the clue words in order to determine that this is written in first person's point of view. Okay, guys, I'm going to read them to you again, and I want you to see if you can identify the words. See if you correctly identify the words. Today is my first day in the 5th grade. I have butterflies in my stomach. I hope my new classmates like me. Okay. So now let's move to the next point of view that we're going to be talking about, and it is the second person point of view. A good definition for second person point of view is the story is being told from the reader's viewpoint. Clue words that you will see are you and your. In my example, you felt happy about buying your mother a gift. And those clue words are you and your. Now, look at the practice sentence. I'm going to read it to you. You see a wonderful sight when you walk inside your house. Take a few minutes to see if you can identify the clue words to help you determine that this is written in the second person's point of view. Okay, guys, are you ready? Okay. First one is you see a wonderful sight when you walk inside your house. One important thing to remember about second person point of view is that it's rarely used in literature. I mean, the different types of realistic fiction and things of that nature. But you can see a lot of second person point of view in things like recipes because they're telling you how to do something. Okay, moving to the third person point of view. Okay, a good definition for it would be a person not involved in the story that is telling the story, including the thinking and actions of all the characters. That means somebody not in the story is telling the story, but this person that's not in the story is able to get all of the juicy details from every single character and tell you all the different characters' thinking and all the different characters' actions. So you get to see it from outside the story. Look at the example. Oh, some clue words, I'm sorry. Clue words for third person point of view are He, she, they, them, and it. Now let's look at my example. Corinne laughed when she told him that she wouldn't go to the dance with him. The words are she. Now let's look at the practice sentence that you will be doing. I'm going to read it. The kids ran into the building. They were excited about visiting the museum. Jalen was really looking forward to it. He could hardly wait. I want you to identify the words that will help you determine that this is written in the third person's point of view. Okay. Guys, I'm pretty sure you got this one right. They and he. And those are two words to let you know that this is written in the third person's point of view. Third person point of view comes in different types, different levels of point of view. The first is third person objective. And that means that the narrator doesn't know any of the character's feelings or thoughts. Let's read the example. He looked sad. He seemed nervous. He said he didn't want to tell his mom that he broke the window. When he finally told her, she seemed calm. Some words to let you know that the narrator doesn't exactly know the character's thoughts or feelings are. Look at the first sentence. He looked sad. Second one, he seemed nervous. And then let's look at the mom. She seemed calm. So the narrator doesn't actually know the character's thoughts or feelings. Looked and seemed. Those are clue words to let you know that he doesn't exactly know the character's thoughts or feelings. Okay, in the second one, third person limited. For third person limited, the narrator, let me read it first. Is the third person limited. The narrator relates some thoughts and feelings of one of the characters. That means that the narrator knows the thoughts and feelings for at least one of the characters in the story. Number two, the example in number two. He was sad. He felt nervous. He didn't want to tell his mom that he broke the window, but when he finally told her, she seemed calm. Words to let you know that the narrator knows at least the boy's thoughts are he was sad, he felt nervous, and the mom doesn't know anything about the mom's thoughts or feelings. It says that she seemed calm. And the last one is third person omniscience. I hope I said that right. That means that the narrator knows the thoughts and feelings of all the characters in the text. Let's look at example number 3. He was sad. He felt nervous. He didn't want to tell his mom that he broke the window. When he finally told her, she felt calm. He was sad, and mom felt calm. Okay, now for a quick review of today's lesson, first person point of view, the narrator speaks about him or herself, and some clue words. The pronouns that are used are I, me, my, we, our, and us. Second person point of view, the narrator speaks directly to the reader. And some of the clue words, the pronouns that are used are you and your. And remember that this is not used often in literature. You'll see a lot of second person in things like recipes. And the last is a third person point of view. And third person point of view objective is that the narrator doesn't know any of the character's thoughts or feelings. In third person limited, or sometimes also called subjective, the narrator knows only one of the character's thoughts or feelings. And then the last one, third person omniscient, the narrator knows all the character's thoughts and feelings. And some of the pronouns in third person point of view are he, she, his, her, it, they, and their. Okay. In part 2 of the lesson, we'll be looking at how a narrator uses each point of view in written text. I hope this information will help you in completing your classwork, and I will see you in part 2.